What's up, guys? It's Billy D, and you're watching TMP Nightly Canna News at 10. We have so much to talk about tonight, specifically calling out the idiot sheeple that don't know what the fuck they're believing. That's coming up next, right here on TMP Nightly Canna News at 10. Let's pause for some music. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Welcome! What's going on, TMP fam? How you doing? If you are on the Facebook stream, you need to change right now to the YouTube stream, because in 5 minutes we will be cutting to the YouTube stream only. So if you are right now on the Facebook stream, you need to switch over to the YouTube stream, because we will be cutting the Facebook stream in 5 minutes. All new content is going to be on YouTube, so you might as well get away from the Facebook platform, come over here to YouTube, join us, talk with us. That's where we're going to be. So first things first, turn down the music a little bit. We are going to smoke on some of that wonderful Gorilla Glue coming from Route 66 Dispensary at 39th in Portland in Oklahoma City, guys. Check them out. Great deals, great smoke. I'm not being paid for this at all. $40 half ounces right now, you guys. Check them out. Good shit going on. So like I said, you have 4 minutes to join us on the YouTube stream. So tonight we have so much to go over. We have to talk about the idiot sheeple. We have to talk about the lying, bold-faced politicians. We have to talk about the activists that are supposed to be on our side but don't give a fuck about your freedoms. We're going to talk about that here next. But first, I've got something I want to show you guys. Something that should wake you guys up. I'm going to bring it up now. And we'll mute this music here real quick. But I want you guys to see this. Alright, here we go. Give me a second, you guys, and I'll get this up for you. I want you to see this. Sent to me in private message. I sent it to myself so you guys could see it.
Driving in the car and Fox News was on, and the person that was on was saying, if we have to, push this till the end of the summer, it's just like, so are all of us around the world in our country just supposed to lay down and die at the expense of a fucking virus that is not a pandemic by any means? If you don't realize yet that you are being lied to about the numbers, about how you're catching it, about all of this, you need to seriously research now. Because the complicity that is going on is really scary. So basically what whomever is in charge here, all they have to say is, you must stay in your house, you can't do this, you can't do that. All of your rights are taken away from you. And everybody's complicit. Everybody's like, okay, well, what should we do next? Should we open our windows and jump out so we don't catch the virus? Because we'll do that. So at what point do we say, we need to fucking stand up together and take charge of this whole thing? Our lives are being ruined right before us. And we're all just complicit and in agreement to it. I don't think I'll ever see another event like this in my life. I can only hope that I don't. But the fact that we are also complicit is very scary. The fact that people are afraid to be near other human beings is I don't even actually have a word to describe that. You go into the food store and everybody is looking around each other and moving away from each other. So because our government tells us this boogeyman out there is going to get you if you are close to another human being, that we all go along with this. So then when our government also tells us that this boogeyman is gone, then we can go back to our normal lives. We could sit next to people, we could shake hands, we can hug. What kind of sheep shit is this that we are all allowing to happen? I'm not saying people don't get sick from this or are not getting sick from this. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, where the fuck are all of you when people by the hundreds of thousands are dying per flu season? Do you walk out of your house with a mask wrapped around your face? Do you walk around your house, out of your house, fearing for your life? Does the government care about you then when you're dying of a flu that comes around every single year? Do they care? No. Do they care when millions of people annually die from cancer, heart disease, obesity? If they gave a shit, half of those things that are in our food that are what's making most of us sick wouldn't be allowed. They would be banned like other countries. Half of the ingredients that are in our food, they're in our food supply, are banned in other countries. So if our government actually gave a shit to save lives, it would start with the food that we eat every single day. Tell me that I'm wrong, because I'm not. If they gave a shit, would you have all these crazy chemicals in Roundup? How many people got cancer because of Roundup? They're being sued by the billions. How many people get sick from powder, baby powder, Johnson & Johnson? They've been sued I don't know how many times. All these things that are around us every single day, our soaps, our lotions, our skincare products, the clothing that we wear, everything that is surrounding us is making us sick and slowly poisoning us to death. So what makes you think that now all of a sudden they care about a virus that kills 1 in every 1,000 people?
They don't!
What makes you think that all of a sudden they care? And that this isn't about something way bigger than a virus?
Absolutely.
Our whole economy is shot to shit right now. People are losing their businesses that they worked their entire lives for, and they'll never recover from it. What is the solution to that? So you're going to tell me that because we can't even believe whatever the death toll is, we don't even know, because they're lying to us and they're falsifying death records, death certificates. So we don't even know how many people are really dying from this, but it does not warrant shutting down the entire world. So at what point do we say, we're not doing this anymore? At what point? When you watch your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin kill themselves because they can't make ends meet anymore. At what point do we stand up and say, this is fucking crazy, these numbers are not adding up for all this to happen? At what point does that happen? Because
right now,
beyond anything we will ever see in our lifetime again. And the fact that it was so easy for the government to say, we're going to get everybody to stay inside, let's see what happens. Let's tell them about this boogeyman and see what happens. Surely enough, roads are empty. Surely enough, people are not leaving their house. Surely enough, people are scared to death to visit their own family members. My own family members won't go see other family members because of this. The amount of depression, the amount of suicide, that the suicide rate is going to go up. What's going to happen when there is civil unrest, when people finally say, we're not doing this shit anymore? We are going back to our lives. We are not free right now in a country that is founded on our freedom.
Amen!
And the fact that we are all just complying to everything that's going on just goes to show the government, like, we can do whatever the fuck we want. And they're not even going to rebel. So they want to extend this. Oh, well, just to the end of April. Then it's going to be middle May. Then it's going to be, oh, we have to go to mid-June. Then it's going to be the whole summer. And then what? We just sit in here and rot away? Is that what we do? Is that who we are? People that don't fight back? Where are all of the patriots that are in Q movement and that are fighting all the time for this? I hope that there is a time very soon that people are saying, we are not doing this shit anymore. And it's funny because some people have been messaging me and saying, like, oh, you know, you're a political activist. And it's just like, if you look at the rest of my page, it's not dedicated to that. But I've always had a big mouth. I've always been a truth seeker. I've always wanted to teach people the truth about things, about food, about things that go in your body, that go on your body, your environment. And now it is political because we now have lost our freedom. So now it does become political. And we also know that a big chunk of this is to take down Trump because they tried everything else to take him down and nothing else worked. And now this is at our own expense.
I don't agree with that at all.
To ruin the economy for some fucking election. This will probably be the worst thing that we ever see.
Alright. She's right about that. This will most definitely be one of the worst things we ever see. In terms of Trump being a savior, yeah, I think fucking not. Trump is to blame just as much as any other politician out there. When it comes down to it, you're giving away your rights. You're giving away your rights by shutting your businesses down, by not going to work, by staying inside because that's the right thing to do. Fuck that! You're in America! Wake up! Wake up! You're being controlled! Wake up! You guys know how I get when I get pissed. This is what I do. The whole cannabis bullshit has been my in. It has not been what I do. Spreading truth. This is what I do. And I don't give a fuck what you stupid sheeple want to say about it. Oh, listen to the government. It's going to kill my grandma. You're a fucking sheeple. Wake up! And on to weather. So, what's going on in Oklahoma right now in terms of the weather. We are talking about throughout the country a low pressure system from the Florida area moving on its way up along the Atlantic coast, and then that high pressure system moving in behind it. So we're talking about some rain, some warm days. Same thing here in Oklahoma. Coming down through the Rockies, we're talking about snow and ice. Guys, we talked about this last night. Definitely going to have lots of snow in the Rockies. So if you're in the Rockies region, please pay attention and stay weather aware. Here in Oklahoma, we got some rain coming up here over the next couple of days. Thursday, tonight right now we got a low of 46. Thursday, tomorrow, high of 70, low of 38. Yeah, we got a cold front moving in again. Might want to cover those plants, although it's not going to be freezing. We're looking at a 25-30% chance of rain around 6 a.m. Friday morning. So Thursday night, Friday morning, make sure you stay weather aware. And then we've got rain again on Saturday, high of 64, low of 53. And then we get finally warm back up Monday, 72, low of 53. Tuesday, nice at 76, partly cloudy, and storms move back in. So, guys, it is spring in Oklahoma. Continue to stay weather aware. All right. Let's bring this on down here. Let's get over here. Let's see if anybody has commented. Trump 2020. Right, Mike? Trump isn't your savior, guys. Q is a distraction. It's not a reality. They're not rounding up the pedophiles during this pandemic. That's not what's happening. What they are doing is testing us to see how much of our freedoms they can take from us and us be okay with it. And you allowing it are the problem. You are the problem. You call me crazy? You're the crazy ones. Letting your freedoms be taken away from you and voluntarily giving them up. You're a Nazi sheeple. Wake up! Wake up! So, shall we watch some more truth? We're going to be on wild tonight. It's all about truth tonight. Let's watch some more truth. How about we hop over here? Let's see here. Let's hop onto YouTube and let's take a look at some of what's going on in the truth world right now. We had a live stream earlier that I shared. Look at this, you guys. Michiganders rising up.
Well, you have a 99% chance of getting approved for a car.
And I don't care about your
You
ad.
may even qualify for $0 down.
Awesome, because my credit is
Great.
And
That's
skip
what
it.
we.
Guys,
question. Do free
this guy
men
right
beg
here-
tyrants for permission
This
to
guy
do
right here.
anything?
you need to check him out on YouTube.
I want to thank Damon Brown for bringing me this article and the video we're about to see. I want to ask you a question. Are you free or are you a slave? And I'm not talking about do you think you're free or do you think you're a slave, because it doesn't matter what you
Listen
think.
to what he says.
I'm talking about according to your actions, according to the way you order your life, are you a sovereign or are you a slave? A sovereign directs the course of his own life. Doesn't need a governmental mommy and daddy telling him what he can or can't do, where he can or can't go, what he should spend, what did you spend that on. He acts as a sovereign.
Guys, this guy has straight up facts coming straight at you today, guys. He doesn't fucking glaze over the truth like everybody else does. He tells it straight as it is. Listen to what he is talking about. They have protests going on throughout the country, in Michigan, in Ohio, in Texas. Oklahoma's next, folks. April 20th, this coming Monday, we're protesting this bullshit, and I hope to see you there. I want to see thousands of us descend on the state of Oklahoma and show them we will not stand to have our liberties taken.
Over the affairs of his own life. And he gathers around other sovereigns who direct the affairs of their own life and live as free men. They don't talk about the fact that they're free men. They don't carry banners saying they're free men. Are you a sovereign or are you a slave? Are you a free man or are you a slave? And if you're free, then do you beg other people for permission to act free? Or do you just live as a free man? And if somebody jeopardizes that freedom, if somebody comes in and tries to take your rights, or harm your family, or harm you, or steal your money, then you exact immediate justice on that person who transgressed the principles of morality. See, because there are people who are acting as sovereigns, and it's not the people that we're about to see. The sovereigns are the ones who are sitting in their marble halls, looking outside of their windows, watching crowds gathering with signs. The sovereigns are the ones that the crowds are begging to give them just a little bit more of their freedom. So are we gonna start acting like free men, or are we gonna start acting like slaves? I'm not start acting like slaves, continue acting like slaves. Because if we keep on doing what we've been doing, we'll keep on getting what we've been getting. Look what we've got unfolding around us. Literal socialist-style tyranny has been laid as a heavy blanket across our land. Let me just talk about this.
You hear that? Socialist tyranny being laid as a blanket throughout our land, and he isn't lying. He's telling the truth. And we'll go back, not to him, but to some other video here in a moment. But it comes down to this, guys. Quit believing the lies. Quit being the sheeple. Quit being the Nazis. Did you know the vast majority of people in Germany during World War II did what the Nazis said because they didn't want to buck the system? Don't be those people! Don't be those people! Wake up! Wake up! We are in tyranny right now. Our rights are being stripped from us and you don't fucking care! Because you think it might hurt grandma. Wake the fuck up! Let's move on to one more person in the YouTube realm. That speaks truth. In fact, here, let's go. Yeah, you guys get to see all the shit that I like to watch. You know, this live was a really good live. I shared it earlier. Let's watch a little bit of Dr. Rashid. The doctor, I'm not sure where he's out of. I want to say New York.
Going to be looking at it. Why didn't the media talk about that? Why didn't they cover that? Because there is such a thing as fake media, and these I don't even know how they can call themselves journalists, because there's absolutely no sentiment whatsoever about having integrity. The hack job that they're doing, this is another one. Posting anti-vaccine propaganda on social media could become criminal offense. This
Fuck
is the type of
that.
stuff that they're trying to create. This
Vaccines
is
is what harmed my two boys.
And this is
Fuck
the reason
that.
that we have to become aware and know what
This is
the
what they
agenda
want,
is.
people.
Now,
This is their agenda.
Information that's out there,
To
this
push
information
vaccines, to
propaganda,
push
the
control.
diversion, the
Fuck you if you want it.
preventing you from
You're
knowing
a
the
fucking
truth.
sheeple piece of shit.
Why would the media do this? You know, and then people say, well, this is conspiratorial. This is conspiratorial. This is all this garbage out there. And Dr. Pitar, you're just on the part of conspiratorial propaganda component, and you're just hearing stuff. And you know, if it was true, the whole world would know about it. Well, I'm going to share something with you right now, and I want everybody to go and watch this. Okay? It's called outofshadows.org. Go there and watch that movie. That is, it's about an hour and a half long movie, Out of Shadows, Out, O-U-T, off, O-F, Shadows, SHADOWS.org. And you will understand who controls the media, who controls Hollywood, and they go on, they explain some other things at the end, but this is about how the media and how some of the intelligence community have been together for over 60 years programming our minds, desensitizing us. Watch the documentary, and then you tell me what's going on, then you'll know what the agenda is. But this is the misinformation, distraction, diversion tactics from taking the real information that's empowering and trying to scare more people, to try to make you paralyzed by trying to take away your power, your autonomy. Now, why would anybody do this? What could be the hidden agenda? Well, the hidden agenda is right here, guys. This is what the hidden agenda is, and I'm going to show a video here in a second, but this came out in a recent interview where what Gates said, that they don't want recovered people because there's an issue with that. Basically, the bottom line is the dollars. They won't end up getting the number of RF chips and the number of mandated vaccines and the number of basically sheeple that they want. And so that they basically have said that, according to Gates in this interview, that he and his colleagues don't want a lot of recovered people who have acquired natural immunity. Instead, they are hoping that the human race becomes reliant upon vaccines and antiviral medication. Now, it's so interesting to me that, you know, we're talking about the United States here, but there's a world community that's getting this information. So this is applicable to every human being on the planet. Okay, we all are sovereign. We all have our own autonomy. Yet, it seems that we all have a certain knowledge base, no matter what our expertise are. But the scientific community and the medical community, they're basic fundamental components that they know. They understand. There's certain principles of science. It seems like, since with this pandemic, every person with scientific knowledge and medical know-how, medical knowledge, have just picked it up and thrown it out into a trash can and completely discarded every fundamental aspect of physiology that they've known and recognized and they've been trained on. It's like they've totally ignored it. I don't understand that. I for the life of me, I'm still trying to understand why all of a sudden every logical sequential thought process in your mind has just been discarded. Everything that you've learned over the years has just been literally discarded and said, you know what, I'm going to forget about every physiological principle that I've learned, every scientific theorem that I've learned, every basic...
Listen to this
like
guy.
The ABCs, okay?
He's a doctor.
We do ABC, airway, breathing, circulation. When you lose your mind and you can't think, when everything's hitting the fan and you're just panicked and you don't know what to do, you go back to the basics. You go back to the ABCs. Here, in this case, with this pandemic, the supposed pandemic, every A, B, and C has been discarded. Every fundamental understanding of how the body works has been totally thrown off. The virus model, in the 1980s when we developed it, this cannot be used to test. Then on top of that, you've got, unless you've got an actual genomic sequence, you cannot use PCR testing to diagnose something. The second thing is every testing...
All right, so you guys get it. He's calling out all the rest of the medical community for being idiots for not speaking the truth when they should. I got one more person to show you, and then we're going to end this news tonight. If you guys don't know Dana Ashley, you need to subscribe to her channel. I'm going to show you the first few minutes of this. You guys need to watch this. Pay attention. Do I know what's going on? No. Do I think it may be 5G? Maybe. But she's got more proof than most anybody else has just by scouring the media.
I wanted to report something that is amazing. In an earnest attempt to sort fact from fiction, citizen reporters are popping up and hitting the streets to verify whether or not what we're hearing about these hospitals is true.
Approximately how many coronavirus patients have you seen? How many? You don't know? 2? 100? 3. You've seen 3.
So again, there
assume
are no
3
people. There is no mass chaos out here, contrary to what the
fake news, y'all! Wake up!
How do you know they had corona? Do you guys test in the ambulance? You don't know. You assume. Symptoms?
Can you blame Americans for wanting to verify the truth when networks like CBS are doing things like this?
Cases are being found right here. Crowded subway cars may have accelerated the spread. New York's governor says FEMA gave the state 400 ventilators. To that, he said this.
What am I going to do with 400 ventilators when I need 30,000?
So when you're watching,
He has 30,000 in storage because he's a fucking piece of shit.
For the equipment, we don't have enough equipment. So the crowded ER shot demonstrates we have an epicenter of this disease in New York. And
Shot taken from Ebola 4 years ago.
But the only problem is, this footage has already run on Sky News on March 22nd, talking about Italy. Yeah.
This is the main hospital in Bergamo, in Lombardy province. It's one of the most advanced hospitals in Europe. But it's the most hard-hit of all the hospitals.
Once again this morning, the city's hospitals will be on the front lines in this war against the coronavirus. In Elmhurst, Queens, that hospital there, lines of people lining up already this morning for about the last 45 minutes. Confirmed cases, people waiting to get tested, supplies are in demand there.
Somebody said there would be hordes of people inside, that's why I didn't go in.
Lies! Media lies controlled by the government. Wake up!
Nobody. Completely empty. There's just police, no EMS, nothing.
Do you guys see this?
Absolutely. Ghosts.
Do you see this?
That's all they got you afraid of, ghosts.
Do you see the lies? Wake up, people. Wake the fuck up. You are living in a altered reality created by the government around you, and you're falling for it. Wake up! Wake the fuck up! Tired of you idiot, sheeple Nazis coming on my page and saying, you're a fucking psychopath. Guess what? Fuck you, you Nazi sheeple. Go fucking suck the government's dick some more. You're having your freedoms taken away from you and you don't even realize it. Stupid motherfucker. Alright, so let's get to one more person. And then we're going to end this video tonight. Who else we got? Who else we got tonight? Well, let's see here. How about points of authority, or no wait, logic before authority. This guy always has some good stuff to say. Although that video was okay. Let's see if we can find a better one. Here we go. Here's a good one. Press for Truth. You guys definitely need to check this out.
This is Dan Dix here reporting for Press for Truth, and in this video we're going to be talking about the truth about the COVID-19 manipulated death certificates, fighting fake news, and Justin Trudeau's so-called isolation. We've got a lot to cover in this video, so stick with me. This from CBC. Federal government open to new law to fight pandemic misinformation. It's one of several measures the government is considering to counter fake news.
New law to counter fake news. To counter the real news that I'm bringing you tonight. They are trying to pass censorship laws to stop that. Wake up, America! Wake up! Your rights are being taken from you and you don't even fucking realize it!
About the virus online. We also have this out from Politico. 1/3 of people have seen misleading info on COVID-19 on social media. Survey spanning the U.S., Spain, Germany, Britain, Argentina, and South Korea comes as tech giants try to clamp down on online falsehoods. Well, what type of falsehoods are they going to be clamping down on? Maybe this, where Justin Trudeau said that this weekend is going to be very different. You're going to have to stay at home, of course, referring to Easter weekend. And then what did he do? He posted on social media that him and his family, you guessed it, went to the cottage to enjoy Easter weekend together, completely going against everything he said you should do.
Yeah, that's something else to
Meanwhile,
point
we have
out. It's
families
okay
like
for
this
us
being hit with
to
that
force ourselves
$880
into
fine for
self-quarantine, but the
rollerblading.
politicians
Meanwhile,
can go
they
out
all live together, so it's quite
and not practice social distancing. Fuck them and fuck their bullshit.
And then he goes out and
take back your country, America.
We should be doing. Is that what Political is talking about when it comes to clamping down on online falsehoods? I don't think so, because as we see, they're starting to clamp down on my content as they're systematically removing my videos. We see here I got these 2 videos taken down in just the last few days. The end the lockdown trending on Twitter. So now the Twitterverse wants me dead. They do not want you seeing that information, ladies and gentlemen, because they want to control the narrative. But that's okay, because I happen to have it all backed up on BitChute. So if you do want to watch those videos, check the links in the description below to my BitChute account. But the real important thing that we wanted to cover today, which is probably going to get this video removed from YouTube because they're trying to control the narrative moving forward, is this. Doctor who is blowing the whistle. Dr. Annie Bukacek, a longtime Montana physician with over 30 years experience practicing medicine. Signing death certificates is a routine part of her job. And in this brief video, Dr. Bukacek blows the whistle on the way that the CDC is instructing physicians to exaggerate COVID-19 deaths.
Exaggerate the deaths! Wake up!
That's the most important thing to understand moving forward as they continue to manipulate us into going along with our own enslavement. So stay tuned. We're going to
You hear that?
over all of
manipulate
this
us as we go along with our own enslavement. Wake the fuck up, people. Wake the fuck up. Alright. That's it. We're going to close it out. I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. We're going to have one quick closing. It'll last here about 5 minutes. We're going to throw some music into it. But first, closing thoughts on TMP Nightly Canna News at 10. Guys, this isn't about cannabis. This isn't about Oklahoma. This isn't about America. This is about the world. And this is about you giving your rights up as a human being. Stop being a little bitch. And wake the fuck up. Protest when you can. In fact, right here in Oklahoma City, April 20th, that's Monday. We got less than a week, you guys. Monday, April 20th. I have yet to post the location yet. It's on Facebook. Check it out. The Mother Plant event page. Check out the events. I will post the event location Monday morning. We'll meet up and we will protest this bullshit. We will protest it and show that we will not stand to have our liberties taken from us voluntarily like you Nazi sheeple want us to. This isn't about a virus, you idiots! This is about control. Take it back. Take your freedoms back. We'll see you tomorrow on TMP Nightly Canna News at 10. Don't forget to check out last night's TMP Nightly Canna News at 10 right here on YouTube. Love you guys. Billy D, peace and out. Don't be a sheeple.